substantive issues.
Yeah, I think that said the see I emolument system na there be a say Ghana say issues bar we try to narrow the scope na hwe ba bi kakra bi.
Okay.
But in yada say as a country ni nyina ye tena se na ye hu the structural defect ye wo ye emolument structure no na ye system no yetimi restructure ni ya. I'm not sure say nurses be sorry, doctors be sorry, or china teachers sorry. Say mami allowance, mami your friend say mami way. And sometimes in seminar people are asking for now what's in charge means these are absolute nonsense. Some don't even make sense, you understand? So I think that you can't blame nurses, you can't blame doctors, you can't blame Obia, what sorry say all your demonstration.
Okay.
Now maybe you can blame the system that we have established over the years, you know. I'm on for dream call say I do here to because me tran who say your emolument structure and a lot of structural defects and I've been thinking say nipa be hu na ya tena se hu say let us address all these things. For instance, and rather me catch Captain Smart says risk that comes with job. Very often when people are negotiating for allowances in as a form, they calculate the risk involved in their job. We catch say me say. There is no single job I work on how we are risk anyhow.
Sir.
Sir, your friend is saying say obi a policy ni na say deploy say onko banka. Okwa awadwuma ne say okura tu na out bank no do anim. Am robber ba wo na we first target. Wunim no if obi akuna first target. That is the biggest risk I will be taking. Now no yatemrante ya bullion vine and as for
that's right.
That is the risk we don't pay attention to. Job no come with that risk. So you might come to the realization say some of these job no come with significant
risk.
And why will government open a channel say and then medicine nurses arrangements allowances or channel mene doctors ekoshia adacha mene police for adacha mene we kwakoshia. When is that going to end? It can't. So what we need to do as a country is that we devise a comprehensive plan, a policy plan, a factor all the risk man for facing in their job, and you fuse that into their salary, you improve their salary
once and for all.
So there is no window like and I'm a salary so and a wage you and a wage you Alaska. When that is done, I'm sure that because nurses I'm telling you, say give us the next 4 months, doctors will go on strike.
That's right.
Omuria teacher for sorry. Labor agitation because of how we've done the system.
Much man
Obia does not say book and research allowance. Obakokwana research could have be for the Alaska. So I think there and I announce politics and I to the close no be a doctor or Sunyani theater or yes surgery sakesiye breaking surgery ebi Alaska make say $50,000 kwa hu bida na because of politics nti or mind me tam $45 million no da ma won to me and or a doctor
that's right
or a nurse so you see men can't say justify what is happening. But I am telling you how the system has become so muddy to the extent and I'm all be near the house. It is whenever a man for near buying now Jane is a man so may gin a pound of flesh. I quite say your friends say party wait for the WM come myself no I'm from saying delegate no
I'm a corrupt to crash obia party delegate
yeah kwa to abana e ho no gin a pound of flesh because and now be MP offer now on fa sa system na kwa
assembly members appointment MMDCs.
Yes. So the only time nurse ni na teacher ni na doctor ni benya aban some of these negotiations na mensan can we. So for me, if we are really serious as a country, we will look at the emolument structure very well. Na ye who said the structure na no na me madam for bika say yeah oti UK. Now we are nurse ni a wani mere obi oye mayor. Wani mere obi oye we because as a nurse you are paid well. So we a police ni a we nya billionaire there but also no there ubenya.
That's right.
But in our part of the world, you know, Alaska enya easy.
And this old general require you do one
enti se ohesa na money nyina na enne politics my catch as affairs and nine years for na yentina respect be more and now we have some of these jokers are taking over the center
politics first nine years for
oh nine muntu nyentum fra na ye Alaska and depending on what ties now or friends are war kind of godfather net friends are war you can easily become a CEO you can easily become this now all of a sudden nipa na wa winim say nipa we nim nyansa all of a sudden so men cancer sanity but amam for hwesa ane ma no mobabubu enti na obi ane aban negotiate I say wanya ne tamfo bi one ne ye mami nurse ni mami omo ye interview ensemu no te wonyema so keka
serious
asem so obi one aban wa asem and which means that people are peeved within them say na ye oman ye nyina ye sika o na hwere amamfo si sika no some of the allowances I see you in for far Alaska. Ne bet in the wardrobe allowances and such a medical doctor Nisika Oji as a salary. You understand?
I no Oyari as a doctor,
yes. Oh, has a buyer, yes, a gifty wine to meet time or my sika de Kosia loan.
Sister gift to a
yes. The other basa because or politics. The only reason and say okay politics and papa be influence no one for president near fight na kwase baby eno ano no
give him much or
so system no and give your fan say and reward excellence me say failure to reward excellence is another way of your fan saying influencing and I say promote mediocrity. And then ama people I say come yi omuyam de adwuma ni nyina no akwakwaya basa
so but I don't a course we adwuma
I'm telling you
a course we adwuma
so I think I see a lot of emotional spill over this particular discussion among phobia we you can blame nurses you can blame the system establish me the only part I blame nurses demonstration or mokono.
That's right.
Hey, your friends are striking no. For me, I think, considering the fact, a new government has come and it is just 6 months, and you're reasonable to go on strike. It doesn't make sense. And again, in some no move bisa nebi o hajan sign.
Oh, sir, your mom funeral.
Alaska meba, you see, and rather me catch you be say, I've been within the system, the nursing structure system. No me won't mean nursing for young people on my bar. Omuni interest wa adwuma num nyina mpanimfo no modi animu no.
Oh really?
Bet no moko ho. Say amamfa fighting for the welfare of nurses over the years no. That has never been their priority. So and say nipa 100 and the baby University of Ghana, your friends at nursing school after 2 years over kono na omu 80 to kwan ko US and UK. Cause system out here obedi 40 years obey o hia ni. Me classmate amino mu wie legon. Almost by 90%. Omujina.
What do you nursing?
Either UK or US. Obi akọ. Now betena kroma say.
Because leadership nankasa parochial interest.
Oh, now there was a time omuti allowances for nursing student. Mama for no more ward nem panimfo no say mama nurse for nkwa na ye arrogant nti omontete sika no so. Nti why na obekọ hospital no nurses and doctors no spend the same time ho. Hospital no agigi sika ye no aduane ma doctors nurses no nedi. Obi ama obi abi. Na hospitals o mama allowance ya man nurse be 100 Ghana na ya ma e be a doctor no ya fan say 1500 15 14,400 cedis interval. Now we say nurses no more leadership. So you see over the years nursing leadership na nkasa are failing nurses in this country.
Wow.
And in the way they are negotiating that poverty of reasoning are reflected in the way they are thinking. Maybe your nursing leadership, I know the pressing problem. Alaska, you cannot pay Obi a degree nurse 4,000 Ghana cedis. It doesn't make sense. And Meno as a nursing leadership, I must sort of kokotimi demonstration. No, I'll catch back and say we see all the nurses are going.
That's right.
So we can give the nurses a special dispensation by making sure that we increase their salary. And yes, will be a cut. When you table this discussion before government about who be base salary no about to mama not allowances. What's I say? So this fury, this anger now who know I was expecting saying about directed toward the base salary na ankasa allowances as we all cry the mouth after 1 year spine as a form. How long that wakonya? Alaska. Again, there are critical things Ubetimia are requested for nurses. There was a time I think was it Akuffo Addo way. Now we are nurse. with me a ship car from Abontin within 5 years, and I think so you have a number of way with me a ship car for free and that I don't know any hobium. Doctor's cry there has been suspended, and this away a nurse leadership now also called demonstration now what adibi bisa banya. These are things you ask government to bring back because the nurses young people no omope but aberwana no to no negotiate no free say young boy or unya car free ad by akasema ba word
onem say currently nurses from the way be aba say some crack aba e free nemo sika anka abanye twa say we are for manage the another facility no yes no for to tax any
no we are not so the car by free and doctors United has been frozen.
This is when you were aba I'ma propose you so mami
no and I make say never no more proposal for we no this critical na say documents na me dey.
That's right.
This in near here are you expect to say young nurses on the ground no no. They are not mentioning it. So the reason why some of this thing doesn't make sense, for instance, Obetanaka said, Yentia nurses 13th month. You think doctors will not take 13th month? You think teacher for Obetanaka said, because 13th month, and I won't say, the actually say, month near 12, January, February, March, do December, but you have double salary.
Exactly.
You think, yes, nurses, you can negotiate, but some of these things will have to take a broader consultation to involve others. Now, if we say police for in here 12 months.
13th month.
13 more here. Obia here, and some of the private companies are also doing it. You understand? So there are certain things you ask. I wouldn't so benya. Maybe about why Akuffo Addo agreed. I'm for beside that question. Maybe man so. And this hanya manu bisa obia and because I buy no kwaje tuma wa bie and kwanya tum. I will be able to 13th month. But the question is, do you have the capacity to do that? Again, Alaska, I say funra your friend saying. Allowance that doesn't even make sense at all. Funeral allowance for him be seen nurses na ya normal go and in answer be no. And again, you say your friends a height allowance. And I make say and some na e wo compact nim no. Utia and then the amount for it's not as if nurses don't deserve what they are asking for.
But the amount for
but some na wom no for instance, yati hai unia ba kwati abrosan we ya say that Gabi or yeah or down or the mere fact I would test hanti every day be an see a market 2 cedi for Bosome Sabro sign a tasumi yenua and 50 to 60 I see amount 4 cedi 50 pesos. Na Sabro sign a tasso me fans we are more qualibu 4th floor there Alaska Bosumi Usika now which reasonable person will agree to some of these things. When there are other important things I which me requested for. Now interview no go anymore since some of can quite to say just emfakwem. So for me, I think the nursing leadership nana about nurses from El Kroma saying because quite on first or more argue, quite on first even this particular way, the roadmap on what they'll go about it, the poverty of leadership nursing no me I will never blame young nurses.
But you blame the leadership.
I blame the leadership. And again, this package Akuffo Addo or no more go Alaska 2024. And the nurses in Akuffo Addo collective bargaining agreement. I'm quite agree on the package here.
That's right.
Akuffo Addo then was a smart politician, and I said the Minister of Health then because now you're quite aba. Abana a dirty. Oh, yeah, 2024. So who Akuffo Addo government? Now that time no nurses here about changes a mintia. Because him say then abana quite to the BCBR or to about no we knew your power and yet. So they agreed. Abro science allowance we had the amount 13th month oh yeah the amount until you can
I did be about yes one gas on this one I did about him one oh yeah
as a policeman that's the smartest way of doing it. So he agreed virtually everything. So who every implementation you know and they been question psychiatric nurses echi ufri say if I for the question omochi and no they are no call court so the implementation has to be suspended under Akuffo Addo.
Abina the question psychiatric
and they win the evidence and a psychiatric nurses and the GRNA na a mother body na okura we no call court and acquire back and forth and a psychiatric for call we case you know and the implementation yes Akuffo Addo said that's all implemented a nurses na no among fight among them and I stop here. And now some no call back and forth. I say and just January yeah, because December. Alaska Samra no abayin foforo na aba no so draw the budget here we. and any government via what transition to way any agreement I want to buy yes is binding as I would do so. Alaska, I will look at the component again because I remember betia. Nti me hwem na me hu sa wo so pa abrosan so allowance am bi say nyansa abrosan so allowance sen la first floor second floor third like how
and Somali allowance
funeral allowance how like you see so some of these things you know the mere fact that the previous government agreed my cultural why Akuffo Addo agreed na onu obi antwe so the amount of money involved in this thing Alaska
4.something billion
over billion so enya they say abansi me buafu anti makwa fa na me de ba betia because funeral allowance no mo kan over 600 million funeral no why wo ma me na wu ana so papa na wu ana so hwan like hwan when doctors are negotiating for something real and I'm say nursing leadership na nkasa is a crisis. It's a working crisis.
But I've heard that mobile say you strike. Now the whole country will be against you.
Alaska. Strike na niama na me friend madam for doctor we was sira I was a funeral na 1 week funeral we and I say your friend say 1 year. Just say it doesn't make sense.
I've heard that the funeral home.
Alaska. So but you see the work and nurses you can't underestimate it anywhere. So nurses are asking for conditions of any day I'll support it because I know the kind of service they render. But Alaska, me nurse ni me that do it say young height allowance ho. Or they say abrosan ti kolebu de ka me anka makwa 4 floor say kolebu na me surgical top ho.
Okay.
Enti me kwa da bia 4 floor na enti me kwa na makan abrosan 1 2 3 4 me adwuma top. Every day bia 4 cedi 50 pesos. 4 times 30 say Eddie, no, madam for doctors because almost you can negotiate. But
I do want to know about Bessia to defend you.
And I think that one mistake. Way for say nursing side no say. Who's a professional organization are buying two organizations or one are engaging.
That's right.
Like Oba, your friend saying, Abayama professional bodies, no. Your friend be your first bargaining certificate. I wanna with me now buying negotiation table now. Oba nurses are one GRN na uhuno. The mother body of all nurses, both private and government.
Okay.
And the leadership now uhuno. Whole nurses, whether you are private government or not. And the other 12 man be GRN president. You are representing every nurse in this country. But the question is that negotiation now among kwatena table so na ban akọ negotiate no for government workers alone. And the assembly make can pay attention
for government workers alone.
And Tim fan say GRN for koto aba na obi a president, obi a secretary, obi a way no mo nyina are from private hospital. They are not working in government way. People working in the private sector and omo kwatena se ko hia aban. No mo na aban akọ discuss salary for those working for government. Does it make sense?
FM 92.3.
Doesn't make sense.
That's just a wono.
I don't know fight for no crabia na e won ka ho. So my main for my situation here example, my odi animu yi. It could happen say onya adwuma for government or ya adwuma private sector. Yeah. Because you don't need to be a government worker, but she's negotiating on behalf of nurses working within the private sector, the government sector. Sana situation America na sana opesa what tia sana tie. And in that case, you know, or no will be asking for things maybe no crank can be, but or no batching and so you see how the dynamics and the complexity in some of these things. So I think that nurses for our genuine reasons because Alaska the truth of the matter is that the salary is very poor and over the years Obian can be more. So I will be expecting say come on me and need and automaya man for you. Gobenya kukodru atiesi was say ne aban call into a discussion na open a special dispensation for nurses na make sure say because of the job that we do and the fact that all the young nurses today are going and do you know US for UK for fire na and uncles na you try to call US for nurses you know first na you try no India and your friends South Africa and omo de Kenya beka ho nti aban amam for her ya and I can tell you the number of nurses who are writing these exams moko the unya trying class now pass here automatically. Oko US. Okwa the chances of becoming a citizen quite easy. So and do na call US and do na call UK, do na so and other countries are also picking. And Germany crash as here picking nurses from Africa. So you see when you have this genuine reasons ujina so na ko gina ban nim say chale so wanya anye your salary ni ya nkra no nyina eko na wabo deficit in the next 5 years a kire no uhu a salary ni wana abatum
bajo koya
na uko say abanye me mame abrosan so salary mame funeral we mame ba ko ne fa ne say
mami funeral
say a funeral na 13th month
mami 2 allowance
because 13th month we salary no a go beyond allowance
exactly
a salary when government open that channel it means that you are opening for everybody so that government will need to assess am I ready to pay all workers.
Wage will no crack us.
Oh, what else here? Oh, it's possible we can pay. But you see some of these things because we catch us Oko Parliament and other places. Sika didn't say Munu Okroma, na Sika won't to mean Kwandi Kofi and to mean to unnecessary.
This
is a girl pocketing 40, almost $50 million. So Alaska, gift your worry, a buy away, Nipa the Senate meet na your friend is saying National Health Insurance. Area sika over 548 million. NSS. Yes, NSS. But Akuffo Addo national service. Area over 500. Necessary ben opa won't be. So I think it's about proper negotiation. For me, I think that nurses should be taken care of. But leadership no should because what the necessary from
no leadership with a man nursing for better than life and stock.
So you see that people are ridiculing them.
That's right.
But it's not as if saying some more kind of and you are so
anymore. It be a legitimate.
Very legitimate. Very legit. And one I'm citing example. I know a medical doctor, yes, surgery or theater. There was a blood gash.
That's right.
Now I Google, but because the gash was so heavy, the patient was HIV positive. Till date, the doctor is positive. Other your friend saying restructuring. Oh, what I said, that is the risk. Last hospital may walk crabby panny or press a panny too free in the tuna by woman's hand.
And to walk away.
No, you need to. There are protocols that you need to do. So the
what I'm saying is every no walk check away.
Oh, Nasa so I make country we bear your friend saying way years ago near.
Okay.
There are protocols for those things. So Alaska, San Mano. A door so the risk and those things, you know. Sana police in this back catchers on so nama and Robert Miboni to Okuno. That is another risk. So oh they be war anya hwe na police in bullion vine for no. Who so binya opportunity crowd the kokoye ade bi. What I say?
Right.
So risk is everywhere. And when you are making argument that is contingent on some of these things and say a reasonable aban bejiatum na abanye tiama. Me catch say whatever you are going to the negotiating table na for asema ehu hia. But Alaska, asem no cry no whether aban betiasio on tiasio within 6 months aban waba power there. How do you hold the government say 6 months make demonstrate?
Aban no cry say munya would declare strike na leadership na yenu mo betra se no.
Na even anya sa akra and strike na nkasa in the first place no nyansa bia because of the time. Because of the time na woman because I believe say Sanka John Mahama ban adi maybe 1 year. And now what can't say na na abana mo for me no health sector no komunya for me wie after na you need help deputy health minister
sir
what are na make so negotiation ban ya na akoso a ban ntia enu nti no wo ko demonstration when na negotiation is
wo ko strike
nyansa bia anim because the time factor alone no nullify everything. Me say the timing factor 6 months because won't mean can't let me say 4 months ago now buying start here because John Mahama never knows as a former government or former government we are 2 months 3 months here and so that by negotiation shall say to the sense what in can say as a when you know you render essential service what I say some of these things you see you may have a genuine cause of way but one year reasonable now by emotional now press conference interview no nam radio so you you could see and this is the person that is leading. Oh, the emotional aspect of the explanation here so we can say
say I'm for the propaganda and misinformation. No, or put it on record. They say they are not partisan and they are and then no effort.
No, say partisan you and phobia. You see, media they all my leadership no good nurses and young nurses, you know. And it's the reason why everybody is going. Even the nursing field, no cry. Boys in the nursing school, but Obia diverted. omo nyina davite obi a na akoye your friends anesthesia na akoye theater we are na akoye eye nurse na akope ne ba bia we are na akoye we koye ENT we koye we ophthalmology we everybody is hesitant na mmerwafo no fa omo ade konsemunu no mudidi na wo nipa wenim di wanim abrabo pempa no modo bebo and over the years that has been the trend
right
sometimes obi edi wanim akwakọ negotiate no brofo mo ko kan no negotiation as cry asem na no it's a problem Alaska I said first no nim kwan for some recruit nurses o kroma nti saa niam na young guys no mo ba no try to change say some level of we be betimi adiama adwuma na nya reputation but mero so mo si aya no because Alaska how can say what is a doctor for akwakofa niam de ba negotiation table obi twetwe omoda
no
because asem na ode beba no atasumu sika nuwa na yasero o chale asem na wo kan atasumu ba wo de montomobo e be pa ma mo but abrosan so allowance first floor second floor and what here because o second floor wo ye adwuma chen gabi
exactly so I question my accountant who tell me
and abrosan bebu agu that is the risk. Now, who free fear about that? Car betting abo.
Now, your voice, me general manager office was down.
Alaska, and I make us in some more can and reasonable. And again, you say you transfer nurses be free baby at Neko baby. I see you 3 months salary boom near the man as an allowance. But yeah, I buy you for your transfer. So whenever you're doing, when government is ceding to these things, you are ceding to any other person because such a negotiation. Oh, now he was very smart in that particular regard. Me and Kamajiatum. Now, Samra na wabai asay na ukwakwache achinye. They had a plan. And I'm making sure that the issue will go to court and there will be no implementation. So what has happened American say? So I think that the I think that there is a problem with your salary emolument structure in this country. Now corruption cause the political sphere. No so when omunyina nurses, teachers, soldiers, obia jina political stage, obia head the cause wo.
That's right.
Yet this one na we ko disco muhu. Now head the risk taking as nti omunya ban ya twe I say obi ne time for no. And you are trying to say to me yes I need money nyina ya. Alaska trust me things will get better. Now who say Nema na bakwa na mienu a ye for ye nyina ye ho no e be benefit here because back the whole essence of leadership governance is to ensure that relief by the average and the ordinary Ghanaian and some of these things going forward government emfa comprehensive policy plan mra categorize all the risk man for facing in their job na ye tia allowance we can rate it we bet the police for to A yeah the nurses are to A doctors are to A teacher ni beba B and now depending on the risk then we pay you so that we shut the door to subsequent negotiations. You see leadership that is how it's supposed to be. It should be decisive and provide finality to everything. The economy as Alaska say make what I say young assess the risk everything now young factor everything into their salary going forward. There will not be any door na sorry na me abrosanso allowance obi aba o kire obi so ba say obeje your friend say secure ba komfo ho allowance na se for
but as I was loving the radio to 92.3 FM so say yambre no time no yiti mami nchicha minchemu mamo and attorney general a press conference kire yen say NSS wachire sika nipa kakre bi awia